Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Today I'm going to share with you my current favorites. So I don't do these videos very often. I try and remember to do them once a quarter. The last one I did, I will link below. I'll link both of the ones I've done before below, but it was in the summer, so now it's fall. These aren't necessarily fall related. One of them is, but these are just things that we have purchased within the last few months and I'm loving. I feel like there's not really a theme here. It's kind of all over the place. I wish you could see my bed. It looks a little silly, but let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is this. This is the Wyman, how do you say that? I think it's Wyman, stainless steel cleaner and polish. I struggled forever trying to find a cleaner that worked on my stainless steel. It either would streak or it would not get like the hard water stains, or like if there was water drops on there that's kind of had dried on there, it wouldn't get it off. And if it did get it off, it would leave streaks. So I just went back and forth. I tried a lot of different suggestions. I tried using e-cloth, the e-cloth for the stainless steel. It was okay, it wasn't great. I tried using glass cleaner. I tried just using the Method all-purpose cleaner. I tried the Method stainless steel for real, I think is what it's called. None of that worked well. And then several people suggested this, and I have fallen in love. This is a huge bottle, and I feel like it's going to last me forever. I think it was like $5.99 or $6.99. It was not cheap, but it really is going to go a long way. It's a milky consistency. It's nothing like any of the other ones I've tried. And not only does it get all of the hard water, like drip marks and things off, it does not leave any streaks behind at all. And I feel like it keeps my stainless steel from smudging as easily. I don't know if it claims that, but that's what I found. I'm not having to clean my stainless steel nearly as much. So if you haven't tried this yet, I highly suggest it. If you've been watching my videos lately, you know I've become obsessed with Rae Dunn. It all started with one mug though, just one, and then it was downhill from there. But I was so excited. One morning I went into TJ Maxx and found this one, and I've showed it before, but it is my favorite. I do love my regular mugs, but because they are so large, unless I'm like gulping down my coffee, I'm having to go and reheat my coffee because it cools down so quickly. This one, the tumbler with the lid, keeps it a little bit warmer, a little bit longer, and I love that. And of course it says pumpkin spice, so it's perfect for the fall season. I'm like as basic as they come. Give me all the pumpkin things. Let me know below. Are you like that, or are you like, oh my gosh, enough with the pumpkins? I definitely can't get enough pumpkin spice anything, and this was perfect for me, so I'm so glad I found it. The next thing is a strange favorite to have, I feel like, but it really has become a favorite, and that is this thermometer. I had just a plain digital thermometer that you put under your tongue, and recently I felt like I had a fever and I couldn't shake it. But that digital thermometer that I was putting under my tongue was telling me like my temperature was like 97 something. And my temperature is never that low. My son's is always really low, which I don't understand. But anyway, mine is always like 98.6. So I felt like it was wrong. And you know, if you've just drank something, you can't take your temperature, and it's annoying. So my husband went out. He was like, that's not right. I'm going to go get one that works. I said, okay. He came home and he had this. And this is by Braun, B-R-A-U-N. I said, how much did that cost? He was like, it was like $50. After I picked myself off the ground. I was very thankful that he got it. I would not have spent the money on it. I know I wouldn't have. If I would have gone to the store with him, I'd have been like, nope, we're not getting that. But I'm so glad that he did. It is the most accurate temperature taker thermometer I have ever used. And it's so quick and easy. You just turn it on, pop it in your ear, hit the button, and within seconds, like maybe 2 seconds, it tells you a very accurate reading. I love it. It has these little things that go, like protective coverings that go on here, and you just click them off. It doesn't work unless you have it on there. It won't read your temperature unless you have one of these coverings on there. So it came with a whole box of the coverings. But this is wonderful. If you have kids especially, I feel like this would be so much easier than trying to make sure the thermometer is under their tongue. I have a hard enough time. I remember having a nightmare of a time with Cole when he was little, trying to make sure it was under his tongue. So highly recommend getting one of these. It is not the cheapest ever, but it is totally worth it. If you watched my Amazon Prime wardrobe haul, then you remember these shoes. And y'all, they are my favorite shoes. I wear them almost daily. I would say 5 days out of the week, these are my go-to shoe. They are light as air. Even though they have shoelaces, you don't have to tie it. They are just slip on. I love these things. And I heard mixed reviews about these when I hauled them from my Amazon Prime wardrobe. Some people said they hated them. Some people said they loved them. I wanted to form my own opinion, so I tried them out for quite a while, and I can't stop wearing them. I wear them with everything, even if it doesn't really match that well. Mama's sporting these. They're awesome. So they are obviously by Adidas. They're called Cloud Foam. I'll try and link them below. I got them when they were only like $59, but then not long after that I looked online and they were like $70 or $80. So I'm hoping that maybe they'll go on sale again soon. If you're wanting to pick them up, maybe look on Black Friday, but the best shoe I've ever tried. And it is true to size. I'm usually a 7 or a 7.5. I always get the 7.5 in sneakers, tennis shoes, and that's what I got in these, and they fit perfectly. My next favorite is a very recent favorite, as in like this week recent, but I've already fallen in love with it and wanted to include it in this video. And that is the Mary Kay Pro palette. It's brand new. It just came out. It's super thin. I've got it open, but you can see it's super thin. And you fill it however you want. It comes empty. And then it's got enough space, I think, for 40-something eyeshadows of the Mary Kay eyeshadows. If you wanted to fill it that way, or you could put cheek colors in here like I have. I've got my contour color in here. I've got some of the older shadows and then some of the newer shadows. The newer eyeshadows are amazing. If you have a Mary Kay lady, call her, tell her you want to try some of them. You don't have to use an eye primer. They stay in place all day. They don't smudge. They don't crease. The pigment is just amazing. I'm loving it. But the new ones that I got are in the kind of rosy family. If you see that there. And then in that second row is more of the neutrals. I love just the browns. I use those on the daily. But the rest of them are the older colors that we have, which they are great too. But I love that everything is all in one spot. So I don't have to open up different compacts for my cheek color or my contour or my eyeshadows. Everything is together. It's super compact, and I'm loving playing with it. So those are all of the products. The only other things I wanted to talk about were TV shows and or Netflix shows. On Netflix right now, we are loving Making a Murderer Part 2. It's amazing. I need to know. Tell me, this is super important. Pull out your FBI badge, as Terry would say, and tell me, is Steve Avery innocent or guilty? What do you think? I think right now, and I'm not all the way through, do not spoil it for me because we aren't done yet. I think, as I always have, that him and Brandon are innocent. They are not guilty. I've heard that some new evidence comes out later in this season that might make me question that. I don't know. But y'all tell me, what do you think? Guilty, innocent? Tell me below. And then just on regular TV, new to this season, I am loving A Million Little Things. I did not expect to love it as much as I love This Is Us. I don't want to say I love it more than This Is Us, but it's dang close. It's so, so good. Tell me, are you watching that one? And then the other one that I'm watching right now that I love is called Manifest. We're a week behind, I think, on that, so I'm still trying to catch up to get to the most recent one. It took a much different turn than I expected it to, and it's very interesting, and it's one my husband is really enjoying too. He's not watching A Million Little Things. He said he couldn't handle another This Is Us, so he didn't want to start it. And let me just tell you this. Every week I'm like, okay, it's time to watch This Is Us, and he's like, I don't know that I can do it. It's too emotional. Like, he's very dramatic about the whole thing. But then I'll just hit play. I'm like, you know what? Either watch it or don't. I don't even care. I'm going to watch it. So I hit play, and he always sits down and watches it with me. And he always says at the end of the show, every week, oh, I hate to love this show. And it's so true. So A Million Little Things and Manifest, both are wonderful. And then, of course, we're still watching This Is Us. And that's everything that I had to share with you today. It is so difficult to come up with things because I've said this before, I don't branch out a whole lot. I don't get a whole lot of new things. So you should have seen me running around this house like trying to figure out what in the world am I going to share. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to comment below. You've got 2 things to answer. Pumpkin spice, can you get enough? And Steve Avery, is he innocent or guilty? Thanks y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.